What's up, YouTube? It's Eric Kelly, aka the Tech Gentleman, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm going to be giving you my final thoughts and review of the Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra in Mystic Black. Before I get going, I want to remind you guys to make sure you hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I have links in the description below. Also, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. And if you got any questions or comments, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you. But without further ado, alright guys, so this is a little bit of a different style setup. Obviously I'm not at the table, but due to a time crunch I kind of got to shoot this how I can shoot it. But I want to start off this review by saying that this phone is great. It's not the best, but it is great. It's good enough at most things. Is it worth the price? I think that's another big point. $1,300 for the 128 gig. First off, this is the tip top. The base storage shouldn't be 128 anymore. It should be 256, just like it was on the Note 10 Plus. All right, it is what it is, but that's my first kind of ding against the price point that they're demanding for this guy. Secondly, for whatever reason, still you can't use 120 hertz and use the highest resolution option. That's another ding against the price. All right. Something else that is kind of mediocre is the battery performance. I won't say the capacity, because I feel like there are devices that have similar capacity to 4,500 milliamp hour, but they perform better, at least for me anyway. Battery life was nerve-wracking to okay, right? After it did all this little learning stuff, after a couple of days, battery life got to be okay. It wasn't great, which with a phone the size and it being a Note and all the capabilities, you want something that if you know that you're not pushing it, it should be able to last you. The only way this phone lasts me would be if I wasn't using it. And even that standby performance isn't great. So is it worth the price? No, I think this phone is worth probably $1,100, $1,300 for what you're getting. It's pretty steep. To be honest. But some things that I do like about it, obviously the display. I like that they've been really leaned into the boxiness of it, so it feels like a slab. This isn't supposed to be a one-handed phone, and it's not trying to be, right? It's curved on the sides, but it's not trying to be smaller than it is. It kind of accepts it. I love how the screen is pushed all the way to the corners, and it really feels like you're pulling out a notepad now. I really like that. Kudos to Samsung for leaning into that and really, making the most of that. I love the screen. I love the industrial design. Another thing I don't like, though, are the colors. They came out with 3 colors of the Note 20 Ultra. This is the top dog, and the colors you come out are black, white, and basically kind of dark pink, right? This is the second time in a row that I feel like Samsung has kind of gypped the people at the top end. The regular Note 20 has cool colors. The S20 FE 5G has some cool colors. But on the Ultra, for the S20 and for the Note 20 Ultra, we get bland colors, right? Black, white, and one color. And on the S20 Ultra, you did, I think, like black and gray or something. And that phone was even more expensive than this. That one started at $1,400. Whereas this one started at $1,300. So Samsung really has to put more respect on that top end. I feel like it's a little bit of foreshadowing, though, from the standpoint of we kind of feel like this particular device is going to be replaced, and they're going to start sticking the pin in everything that they can. So if that's true, that would kind of, I don't know. People are still spending their money today on this, so more colors, in my opinion, would be best. Let's see, what else? I mean, it's a Galaxy Note. Obviously, you got the pen. You got the 120 hertz refresh rate screen if you choose to use it that way. But you also have the 240 hertz touch sampling rate, which helps with responsiveness, but also helps with the pen responsiveness too, which is down to 9 milliseconds as well. So all of that is great. Kind of pushing that technology forward. I respect it. I like it. The cameras. So I do feel like the cameras kind of performance-wise left a little bit to be desired. The video performance is pretty good. Photography is better, you know, as far as focus hunting and stuff like that. That's not really an issue because of the laser autofocus module they put in there. The cameras and the sensors are huge though, but I still feel like it's not as great at capturing moving objects in lower light, even with the large sensors that are sucking in a lot of light. Once you start getting any kind of movement indoors, you start kind of getting into that finger painting look on your pictures. Even if some portions of the pictures are crisp, any part that's moving is still kind of out of focus. I still feel like that's a area that other cameras do better at. But as far as video, I have no complaints about the video performance, especially with them adding in the Pro Video mode and you being able to select legitimately an external audio device, whether it's Bluetooth or something you plug in over USB. I'm with that. Obviously, I shoot all my videos on phones, so that's something that I really appreciate with this device. Right now, I'm shooting on the S20 FE, and they've added that option in this as well. So kudos to Samsung for taking video seriously again. Really appreciate that. I'm trying to think of anything else that was on my list about the Note 20 Ultra that I wanted to kind of put out there. At this point, it is December. I've had it since basically since before it launched because I pre-ordered and got it a couple days early. At that point, the price was ridiculous. Now, especially if you are familiar with like the used market, you can get a great deal on this device and keep it for the next 2 years, no problem. I see no issues with that. Right now, you can get one. You probably get one used for like $900, the 128 gig. Used, looking at low 800s for like a pristine model. At this point, I think this phone is easily worth that price. Especially when you look at the other competitors out there. You know, the big boy iPhone, that's never going to drop in price, right? Even next year when the iPhone 12.5, whatever it's going to be, comes out, the 12 Pro Max is still going to be very close to the price that it's at right now, which is kind of, if you buy Android devices day one, it kind of sucks if you don't have a plan to sell it. But if you are used to buying, you know, secondhand or being able to wait, it's great because the prices, you know, they drop. So kind of plan accordingly on that. As far as the 20 Ultra goes, like I said, right now you can get a new one online somewhere for like, you know, close to $900, maybe $1,000. I feel like at that price point, it's worth the money. You're getting enough greatness for that money, right? The screen is probably the best on a device right now. The speakers are great. The cameras, like I said, the rear cameras, you know, depending on what you're doing, they're probably top 3 on everything that they do at this point. They're you know, putting aside, unless you're side by side with something else, you won't really, you know, you won't really notice it. All right. But yeah, guys, if you got any other questions about the Note 20 Ultra, I'd be happy to answer them for you. Hit me up in the comment section below. Stay tuned to the channel because obviously I am getting rid of this because I'm upgrading. And there's really only one upgrade from the Note 20 Ultra, and that is the Galaxy Z Fold 2. So stay tuned. That'll be coming to the channel soon. Look out for maybe an unboxing, but at least a first impressions, because I feel like with a device like that, that's my first foldable. The first impression on that will be everything. So subscribe and keep a lookout, guys. Until next time, I'll talk to you. Peace.